Abusia yemfa nchia kese ma obi bia breaking news beka yensa no chire mu se de ene Black Wednesday wo Ghana ha esanse me ne wo kase plane crash bi akoso ama sabre de enam so ama yahwere enipa beye enwotwe na se enipa nwotwe na yahwere wo mo no emu mienu asoafo a wo mo esom wo Ghana hanum sei ne edikan no yankasa yen defense minister Yera Edward Omane Buama abusia na chese aturenchema esino wono nso ebi atona ye pa na afensu Yera Dr. Ibrahim Muntala Muhammad wono ye Minister of Environment abusia wono nso ne ho akwa edwamu ama sabre die aye arehusem yi ankasa enyasem ketwa ni nyina no kire se plane crash no esiye ewo adanse ane abusia adanse ewemu hono ma na meche Ghana Armed Forces wo mu plane baako ana chese ekodi yen empanimfo yi ekodi dwuma ewo wo boase ena sa arehusem we esiye na Yera Omane Buama ene Yera Ibrahim Muntala efri hɔ a empanimfo akuku dambi so eka ho the acting deputy national security coordinator and the national security for wo acting deputy no ani din Alhaji Muniru Mohammed wono nso eka ho bie ena afei nso Dr. Samuel Sapon wono ena vice chairman the National Democratic Congress openi nso eka ho bie ena afei Yera Samuel Abuaje wono ena former parliamentary candidate ena wasan former minister wo Ghana Krodem wono nso eka ho bie ena afi asrafo miensa mekira soja fo miensa na wo mo eka mpanimfo yi ho nso ebi mu akoka edwamu squadron leader Peter wono nso eka ho bi ena afi nso flying officer Chum Ampedu wono nso eka ho bi ena afi sergeant Ernest Ado ena wo mo ewo sa plane ya efi soro kwhwe forma abusia eja tomu na eja ne chese hye pradadadada wo mu nyina wo mo ahye dwerebe ama information a eba ne kire mu se se de omu nipadua na si ahye afa no very difficult class obetimi identify say asumesi wei ena Dr. Omane ena asumesi wei ena Yera Muntala Muhammad. It's very, very difficult to even identify the bodies. That is Omashi and Kasa Enya Sem Ketuana ye tietie muno mu nhwehwemu na chese ye chirema bra wo mo ekwadwumedie no wo mo anomo dwumedie na se dada no na wo mo etete say Yera Omane Buama ebeba bepie modwumedie na say Yera Omane Buama ba bepie modwumedie na say na in the course of the day no ena Ghana Armed Forces for wo mo communications department edebetu dwa se wo mo plane bi tu anopa no nkron meche 9 am efi enkran ana nani ekire oboase na edru baabi no na chese wo mo ehu baabi a plane enenam biem wo mo nim se plane edru he na I said there ebia weather na nye favorable because ade ba ko a eba no ewie mu akwantuo ne se uti plane mu a baabi a plane to fee ye no aya ne ye nkrofo bi a wo nso omo adwuma ne omo asede se wo betena se na wo mo ama omo ani adi plane achi ne ehu baabi a wiemu no ekọ ne baabi a eduro na se ebi kra na bibi enkoyie ewo mu a wo mo ebe mo ho no aso ate me ne o kase die aban aba be confirm ensem a ye tete no enye room obiem na chief of staff Julius Debra wakasa wagina mampani John Dramani Mahama anemu akasa yenkotie ne nsem a wode etuja
Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Muntala Muhammad MP Minister for Environment, Science and Technology. Alhaji Muniru Mohammed Lemonad Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator and former Minister for Food and Agriculture. Dr. Samuel Sapon, Vice Chairman of the National Democratic Congress, and Mr. Samuel Abuaje, a former parliamentary candidate. Squadron Leader Peter Bafemi Anala, Flying Officer Manin Chum Ampedu, and Sergeant Ernest Ado Mensa. The President and government extends our condolences and sympathies to the families of our comrades and the servicemen who died in service to the country. All flags are to fly at half-mast until further notice. Thank you.
Abusia Yera Julius Deborah and Achese womo friends and trofon shie mudie editu just say who no any ensemo aye tete ewo eye abefun fidie tintan eso mekire social ne media no so say eye Yera o mane boama particularly wono ene ye key figure manfo boni din power social media no so say wato anana mo nsie do nam wiemu hyen a kwa efisoro ebehwe fom no na chese wo kirema eye no krepa se empanimfo yi wo mo ho akwa adwama wo mato anananom e wansie do mo ye nipa baako enwotwe a wo nyina efri mu na tso mo kɔ akopie mu e wo boase na sem ni siye e wo adanse sikaman e na sa rehosem we eye den esi ya sa break de na tse ye begina fidie we so na ya ma abusuafo a womo ahwere womo de hye ya ma womo nyina ya akọ ne womo enhyeden esanse enim se we eye bre mu oden na yetie nsem a Yera Julius Deborah de tu dwane de na chese wo kirema se de flag bia baby a Ghana flag bia si se hotel anim se school dan anim baby a Ghana flag bia wo bia no e wo se e fly half enti se first ne ofu a wo de twa homa no na fa bra form esanse ade atoyani ya hwere eni fene se empanimfo ekuku dam enya hwekra no active ministers of state poly mienu ena ya hwere wo all in one day edin ya papa ye be busuafo hyeden na ya ma NDC amanyuko no nso hyeden esanse wo ahwere wo adehye be ye enum kra enti no we enya de asebe eda form na Ghana for bebrete say we there it is hard to believe just like that we obo be say anenye obo ne boss anwum no kwa bo ma me koya wamba semsebe enti ese Yera Ibrahim Muntala ene Dr. Edward Omaneboama Minister of Defense ye kwaba plane 2 year less than 5 hours and aside to rentem we say and say chema plane 2 and crime my we mu 9 a.m. and a panon kron and a plane 2 year and kwanko drew ne destination po omonko enyeso bia omako dwumedie na se ene omo san ba na sa rehosem we yesterday bia busia ye nrumpo ene se ene aye Black Wednesday ayanti asem de but ye tietie mo ane ye kire se this could have been ye mampani John Dramani Mahama. Nana obetimi aboye mu kakra about that side of the story.
Yeah, so we'll be going to that in a bit, but then this is a very, very sad news. And personally, you know, I don't know. I've been telling you guys that this year seems to be a year, which is a year very, very sad. And then from the look of things, it's like the EPSA I feel quite the ashasi. And this is very, very sad because these are senior officials who are working with the various agencies. And for Obiti said Dr. Omanebo Amano and the picture was screen. So far, all the comments are ever so far in HSA. He was a gentleman, he was a person, and now HSA. He really took his work very seriously. He wasn't just any other person. I said, every kind of as a part, I said, yeah, very, very, very sad. You know, on this particular instance, no, we are just saying Sinyakopon and fa or Mukra NCA. It could have been me, it could have been you, it could have been any other person. And then tomorrow is not guaranteed. That is why I think a few days ago, na me catch you be said if it is possible, as Nipanian say, you see, when death come and it's so shocking. You know, I stayed with Muslims, and we are Christians, persevere. And the kind of how we feel about death and how we see death, you know, unfortunately, that's not how a friend is saying a Muslim see death. Muslims will be so all right, but it will be very difficult for you to see, say, as a and they are really prepared for it. I think obi bu e omo ya, but then Charlie omo nim say is just part of one is the process good. What is be Christians no na yenta enye something bibi say ba na it shocks us to the bone na asema just odwen ho kra onti ase. So we will just say Yankopon and find crying the NCA, and definitely this is a very 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 sad news. Obi said today is Black Wednesday. You can say that.
Yeah. I think that is what is trending on a lot of people. Almost status near there. Black Wednesday.
Since
why?
time is it beginning of this year? No, things have not been going on. In fact,
I feel as I said, it just share ne shasi.
Even on the international front, how it started. In fact, within Trump season, within 1 week, no, he had a plane crash in Kwan across the US. No, now bro, almost 50, over 200-300 people were dead. That's what I say. Together with this whole in Tokani Yamaniama, so this young Kasane the enye, and I just say that story yan dance so people you see that Kedi call
all of a sudden Lumba is gone.
And I feeling young we are just in the middle of it. So we should be expecting more of these things. But some can edit to you, and as Christians, so we need to psych ourselves for these things. Now they be American read the Bible now. It's very unfortunate now if you go to church, all they preach about is prosperity. In fact, after life, this will be called heaven. Can't kind of more, but prosperity be the, you be talk, be worry. But then out of those 1,000 congregants, and I say 5,000 congregants, no, there's a high probability say maybe 20 or 50 people may not see the end of the year. So how do we psych ourselves for death? What I say. That is why we read the Bible now. Somewhere Ecclesiastes and Proverbs. King Solomon say, "O trim, that baby omu feasting say omu je nije. They are merry making. It's a party today. And ocha baby for o trim more few or kono who say baby so omu yeden omu diare wo." Nature say, according to him, baby diare wo na was so ko. One day, depending on that one. So unfortunately, this is a very sad time, and as humans, we need to know our time on earth is definitely limited. Yeah. Wow.
It's very sad. Our time on earth, is very limited. But nobody even woke up thinking, say. And they best sorry Mayira, Dr. Omane Buama, Atwana Nano Monsi Eduama Sebi. Ibrahim Muntala Sukra Ebetwaso, but as it stands now, it's very sad. This is a very sad one. Now the fact that Omuntimi recognize the body no na ye wo ye nuanu Muslimi for enso ewo mu bie no. Se say no unse Muslims for so they who ye
in the mass burial, because if you've been following news, okay, I don't know when this came. I wasn't really shocked because who follow international news, you realize that these things basically occur a lot. I think the last 2 years, the CIA or Russia now very popular. Maybe a dream, maybe the Yukovlash or something, or match to Russia with the Ukraine, Russia Ukraine won't be. And each one also died from plane crash.
Yes, I think that we did that story.
Exactly. You are nuclear or crana. A year Iran, okay. Or prime minister, or defense minister, near almost a nom quack a beer dam. Like some could be a damn crowd, could be a baby cry, almost friend is saying crowd.
Inauguration.
They were going to inaugurate a dam at the northern part of Iran. Almost they died in a helicopter. So when this helicopter crashed, when it's descending, usually the propellers, once the helicopter, fan is spinning. There's another fan beneath it and also down. It's air spin. Now the fan for now airborne also. The thrust a bomb from my air fem. Into that particular parallel in a man costro. So a banisana an altitude of 12,000 feet now back from if you lose one propeller, you come very fast because of gravity. So Rebecca said you can come at a speed of 200 miles per second. But do you know what it will take to kill you or crash your skull? Simply 60 miles per second. It will drive here. 60 miles per second, how the body timber pipe you. What about 200 miles per second from the sky? Look at the force of gravity. So usually helicopter crash, no, the survival rates no low. So I say. So me, when I saw this whole thing this morning, I was of the view.
I remember I said, okay, I said, Omani Boama by now he's dead.
Because
before they were
that feat a very difficult. Now there are in cases people survive, but then the case people survive, you know, the helicopter was trying to gain altitude. What I think banner manage in the wings. I know there was some feats like 4-story buildings, some 4-story building crowd.
And yes,
small because imagine. Let me just ask you. Just imagine you jumping from this story building here to the ground.
Oh,
4-story building. So imagine a whole helicopter with a double-size engine of a limousine. And then the metal propellers, a shift from the impact, everything. So all these things, Charlie, it happens. The survival rate is very, 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 very low. Iran, the NC, omu share. To be kona be hunipan sawa ha nipan nine. So omu rings, for Iran, rings, Iran for general, say most share rings. Omu rings, and they identify the corpses. So I say, so. It's so sad. Abani says, so we need to also do an investigation. What really caused this? These are questions, and what really brought about all of this? These are things I will say because next update about the question, it even makes it scarier. It even makes it scarier. So I say, but then you can just ask some few questions because it's here for sure. They would like to get more info on this particular issue.
Yeah. So from what you are saying, say mass burial. We know say usually in Pinaxtv say no. Aya yema omu state burial.
Yeah.
Say emu nashi yehu niye and emu be niye kofa dia state. Would they still have the state burial?
Yeah, they will still have a state burial. So what they will do is, remember, I said we will have forensic audit and evidence into their DNA prints. And it's an acquire Ghana card and they don't say so because nipe bia unique DNA fingerprint and I say patterns. Into any be different. It be identification. All the bodies, the sad part is there are some almost out of the 12 or so bodies, at least 4 passengers and 8 crew or something. Out of the 12 or so passengers, you go for 4 penny. They can ye. So there will be some who will be bent beyond recognition. Taban is saying they will have to, screen the sites, do many or more investigation, and pick all the evidence on Binya. See, it's me, man, and Sacrani, it's me, DNA, one. They are not to coffin, me, I'm more state barrier. So what I say, so unfortunately, that's the only way. I will see, we won't promise you heaven. So it will be body parts. They just say, and as an adena yen, you to me, obia barrier and they be a very state barrier. Inti omunina sab barrier near boom, mass barrier, a beya boom, and that all the family.
A bushian phone to me, say, oh, yeah, this year, no, a prominent person into the say a man.
Nipanashi, we can't even find a person inside now. Nipanashi, I say, Nipanashi, what's you? And I remember saying yes, helicopter no is crash ni see ye pe. And they go moon. It took time. 2 eyewitnesses they had to walk into the forest. They were searching. All these things it take time. Would they mean about you? Fanny say would the petrol at to aponchimu and our pager. Now I got no come market 30 minutes now about. But now one shake back on betoshi. So they've been bent beyond recognition. 4 of them, the say impact ni see and to throw movie helicopter nim. But the other ones
so they would have to look for those people. Yes,
there were some in it too who were bent beyond recognition. So these are definitely issues. I just say so sad. In fact, because for these kind of things to happen. It is very, 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 very painful. Yeah.
Wow. And the assistants now. Let's say, are we looking at a new people to take over the offices because
of course yes. Per Ghana law, we are MP now. The next thing is we have a by-election to replace you. The same thing for ministerial position. But I'm sure, say for the ministerial position, the unique thing about it is that we have the deputy. So the burden is going to fall on the deputies to actually do what they were supposed to do. What yes, and that will be so the deputies will take over. But any of them are no more sergeants, MPs, we will have to have a replacement, because you can't tell me say Uganda a president and India president. O de yes an Alabama or mining in Adija at that point, which is actually not something okay. So yeah, we will be having a replacement very soon. To say basically, to replace all of these people. Yeah.
But usually, it takes like how many days for the replacement to be done, and it takes like months, weeks, near day.
Oh, it depends. It's very discretional, because remember, I'm sure it can take even months or weeks. Okay, I say during a year Akufo-Addo time, a minister and a fee Alan Chemantin a fee what we realized was that my trade minister Alan Chemantin fee as a trade minister, even my deputy you can take it over.
It was Ken
Ofori-Atta was handling 2 positions, and there were some ministers all of them there. So the deputy can hold on to the job for like 6 months or more, a month or even a week, anytime, till the president will be or replace it. And I'm sure they wouldn't want to be insensitive. So they would like to hold on, and maybe after a year, then they would like to appoint the deputy as
to be the main.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow. It's quite unfortunate, in Ghana, it's really a Black Wednesday. My son say, all of a sudden, out of the blues, you need that, munya say, kind of saying. Ewie mu shen ya kwakopem ho ama ya hwe enipa enwoche, which